blaming cortisol for all our stress, but what if we've had it completely backwards? The truth about your energy, mood, and sleep might surprise you. Drop a comment below. Have you ever tried to fix your stress hormones?
Please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Check the description for trusted sponsors and ways to support the show.
Here's something that might surprise you. The hormone we typically blame for stress is actually essential for getting out of bed in the morning. Our understanding of cortisol has been completely backwards.
That's fascinating because most people only think of cortisol as the villain in their health story, but it's really about the rhythm, isn't it?
Exactly right. And what's really interesting is how this ties into our evolutionary past. When our ancestors encountered a predator, their cortisol would spike briefly, but modern life keeps that system constantly activated.
So we're essentially treating every work email like a tiger is chasing us. Our bodies can't tell the difference between a stressful meeting and actual danger.
And here's where it gets concerning. Research shows that this constant activation leads to what doctors call the wired and tired phenomenon. A 2020 study in Endocrine Reviews found that chronic stress-induced cortisol elevation significantly increases the risk of metabolic syndrome.
You know what really interests me about that? The way it creates this cascade effect throughout the body. How exactly does that work?
Well, when cortisol stays elevated, it triggers the liver to keep releasing glucose into the bloodstream. This made perfect sense when we needed energy to run from predators, but now it's contributing to everything from insulin resistance to abdominal fat storage.
That explains why stress seems to affect every system in our body, from sleep to digestion to immune function.
And here's what's fascinating about the timing aspect. Studies show that cortisol should naturally peak about 30 to 60 minutes after waking, then gradually decline throughout the day. But modern life completely disrupts this pattern.
Let's talk about practical solutions. What does the research say about resetting this rhythm?
The most powerful intervention is surprisingly simple: morning light exposure. A 2021 study in sleep medicine found that getting bright light within the first hour of waking significantly improved cortisol patterns and sleep quality.
That makes so much sense from an evolutionary perspective. We evolved waking up with the sun, not with artificial light and smartphone screens.
Speaking of technology, recent research has shown that blue light from screens at night can keep cortisol elevated when it should be dropping. The effect is so strong that even 15 minutes of bright screen time can disrupt your sleep hormone production for hours.
That's pretty alarming considering how many people scroll through their phones right before bed.
And it's not just about light exposure. Exercise timing plays a crucial role too. Studies show that morning or early afternoon exercise supports your natural cortisol pattern, while late night workouts can keep it elevated when it should be dropping.
That's really helpful to know. What about nutrition's role in all this?
This is where it gets interesting. Research shows that eating patterns can either support or disrupt your cortisol rhythm. Having complex carbohydrates in the evening can actually help lower cortisol levels, which goes against some popular dietary advice.
That's surprising. It seems like we need to rethink some of these one-size-fits-all health recommendations.
Absolutely right. And here's another misconception: the idea that all stress is bad. Recent studies, including one in cell metabolism, show that short-term, acute stressors can actually improve cellular health and longevity.
So it's really about finding the right balance and timing, isn't it?
Exactly. The research suggests that recovery from cortisol disruption typically takes several weeks to months. It's not about quick fixes. It's about understanding and working with your body's natural rhythms.
That's probably why those crash programs and extreme interventions rarely work in the long run.
Right? And this brings us to an important final point. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Understanding your cortisol rhythm is about creating sustainable, long-term health practices that work with your life, not against it.
That makes this whole approach feel much more achievable for people trying to improve their health.
And that's really the key takeaway: working with your body's natural patterns rather than fighting against them. The tools are simple: morning light, appropriate exercise timing, and mindful technology use. It's not about adding more stress to your life trying to follow a perfect protocol. Turns out your body's not the enemy. It's just been waiting for you to give it the right schedule. Let's get that rhythm back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wellness Lab Digest. If this episode helped you, here are 3 quick ways to support the show. 1. Subscribe to stay updated with fresh, body-loving wellness insights. 2. Share this episode with a friend who needs this today. 3. Comment below and tell us what topics you'd love to hear next. Want to do even more? Check the video description for ways to support the show. Stay curious, stay well, and we'll see you in the next episode.